Dude, did you guys see like the fucking mech racing they're doing? Like you seen those like quad like what do you call them, quadra-mechs? It's on all fours or some shit. I was like looking at this yesterday, dude. It's fucking glorious. Like I would love to do this. They're not like monster like 60-foot fucking mechs or nothing like that, but they're really cool. You guys seen this shit?
You sort of lift yourself up and you start to feel the balance of the machine. Your arms control the outside legs, your legs control the inside legs, but really you pilot it with your gut. All of a sudden sort of you realize that if you so much as twitch your arm, the whole 9,000-pound machine will move on you, and then you kind of realize what you're in for. And that's when it gets exciting.
Bro, while you're waiting to log
We're
in,
taking you inside
this is
a
insane.
real-life human-driven mech suit that blurs the lines between science fiction and reality. This mechanical behemoth can lift a car, climb over boulders, and move over all kinds of terrain. It's called prosthesis. Standing.
Bro, tell me that's crazy. I think I saw that. Yeah, I know, dude. It's so sick. Think about it this way. Do you think like you could put like even like giant like paintball guns on it or something like that, dude? You can make it into like a fucking mech fighting sport, dude. I know, dude. Dude, I was looking last night. I found so many of these things like this, and they're doing they're racing these things.
Now, you may think this technology was clearly built to
it's just
explore
Zakaro
Mars,
though.
which
There's
we use for the
no
military,
dash underscore
but its
whatever.
inventor
But
had
it's just
other
straight
ideas.
Zakaro.
The thing was built to race. It was built to rip around the countryside.
It's like the new dune buggy, bro. I'm
Mech
telling
suits
you.
are powered exoskeletons and are typically something you'd see in science fiction. But mechanical engineer Jonathan Tippett is hoping to change your mind.
Mech suits in sci-fi have all had a very specific purpose, and it's essentially for combat, which has not been an inspiration for me. This has always been about the human experience. When I started to try and articulate why it was so important to me to build this machine that was human controlled and that required skill.
This makes me want to build one myself.
It became apparent that what I was creating was a sports machine.
That's right. Jonathan wants to race his mechs, but we'll come back to that later. First, let's dig into the origins of prosthesis.
The machine itself.
Fuck that, bro. I want to see these things race.
An art project for Burning Man. I wanted to build a machine that celebrated human skill and augmented it using technology, but still kept the human at the heart.
Look at him, dude. Holy shit. Like, okay, so he lifts his arms and his legs. So you actually have to move in this thing. This is so cool, dude.
2006 was the first sketch I did of the machine, and back then it was very gorilla shaped. And for about 5 or 6 years, I just did sketches and
it looks like a bug.
Engineering, just trying to figure out the mechanics of how to make a machine of that scale.
Then around 2010, Jonathan and a team of engineers started building the predecessor to prosthesis. They called the machine the Alpha Leg.
First full system functional test. The Alpha Leg was a wild bucking bronco of a machine, and it proved the basic concept that you could control an exoskeletal mech suit from inside while you were being hurled around by it. You wouldn't lose control of the things.
That would be fucking trippy.
Using Alpha Leg as a jumping off point, prosthesis was then built over the course of a year. By 2017, it was ready for its worldwide debut at CES.
At that point, the thing barely worked, and you know we had a hard time convincing the world that this was going to lead to a racing league. The vision we have for mech racing is like a giant, complex technical obstacle course, and you've got pro-level athletes strapped into these super powerful, agile mech suits, navigating these obstacles.
Mech parkour, dude. That's it right there. Mech parkour. No fucking way, man. Like, could you imagine that? Dude, that'd be some shit to see.
However, the technology was still a long way from Jonathan's vision.
So then we kind of went underground, and between 2017 and 2019, we iterated the control system 2 or 3 times, made the interface more ergonomic, more comfortable.
The result was a 4,000 kilogram, 200 horsepower, all-electric, human-controlled mech suit built for competitive sport.
Needs jump jets, right?
The full name is Prosthesis the Anti-Robot. We specifically called it that because it's not a robot.
You're right, bro. Hold up. You could literally throw some jump jets on this bad lad right in the back. So you can get some lift off, you know, just to get up like some walls while you're parkouring.
A robot by
Slap
definition
fucking
has some
AC2 on
level
that,
of
ready to
autonomy.
go.
The goal of this machine is to not automate. This is a mech suit. It's a exoskeleton.
Prosthesis is engineered to work like the giant robots and mech suits you might see in the movies like Pacific Rim and Avatar. The mech is controlled by a person. Without a human, it can't go
No
anywhere or
cursing.
really do
That's
anything.
rough, dude. I'll do my best. I think it's like
You
10
have to
minutes.
climb onto the top of the machine. There's
That's
a
rough,
small
bro.
opening in
That's
the roof,
hurtful.
and you kind of snake your way through the
F-bomb is my
exoskeletal
bread and
interface
butter.
opening. And once you kind of squeeze your way into the cockpit, all of a sudden you kind of expand out into this body-shaped control interface, and it suddenly becomes comfortable. The control system picks up the pilot's inputs and amplifies them by about 50 times.
You heard that right. According to Jonathan, the operator's strength is boosted by 50.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, like legitimately, if you gave me this suit, this is what I would do. I'd be in a junkyard just throwing cars around. Like, how friggin' fun would that be? Can you imagine that? Just jamming the Tuscan cars and just whipping them around and stuff, smashing up cars, bro. You could sell like me. I'd pay $100 for 10-20 minutes of doing that. You could make some money off me for that. Just even driving that
There's
thing.
a dashboard in front of the pilot, and you power up the pumps. The hydraulic pumps give power to the hydraulic cylinders, which make the machine move. The machine comes online, and you grip the hand grip, and it activates the controls, and the machine sort of like jolts into life. Your arms control the outside legs, your legs control the inside legs, but really you just feel it. You practice enough, and it just becomes part of you. From there on, it's all up to pilot skill to balance the machine, and that's kind of where the fun starts.
And by fun, he means taking it out to the Mojave Desert
Dude, oh
or
my
the
God.
forests of British Columbia. But that's far from the end goal. Jonathan wants a full-on racing league with trained pilots controlling these massive mech suits. So to realize this dream, he started to recruit pilots.
Dude, he can recruit me.
And one of the goals of the Alpha Mech pilot program is to start.
What am I talking about? My big old
bringing
booty can
different
probably
kinds
fit
of
into that
people
dang thing.
into the sport and putting them in the machine and learning.
I go to the
what
gym just to
kind
be able to ride
skills
one of them
make a
boys.
good mech pilot. Generally, like good body awareness, people who do gymnastics and snowboarding, and what we're finding is that it's skill-based. It's not strength-based, even though it's this huge thing.
In addition to new recruits, Jonathan and his team of engineers are already looking ahead to the next phase of development.
Now that we're starting to reach the limits of this machine's potential, the timeline to build the next
Hell
generation
no.
is a lot shorter than 14 years. We'd like to see the next generation of mech come out in the next 12 to 18 months, and we'll be probably 2/3 the size, half the weight, and twice the power. I think we could.
But don't
probably
let me
see that
slam
thing
it
doing
because you
15 or
can't.
20
I
kilometers an
appreciate you
hour.
getting it in for me.
5-10 years from now, we'll be doing 20-30 kilometers an hour.
Dude,
While new suits and professional pilots would bring mech racing one step closer to reality, there are some critics.
gets 3 more pilots, they can start
There's been
raiding
no shortage of
places.
skeptics
Yeah,
over the years, that's for sure.
telling you,
And
man.
Usually when I get met with incredulity or skepticism and people ask me, why am I doing this? More often than not, it just spurs me to try harder, because if people just shied away from things that people thought were crazy, then there would be no innovation.
There'd be no
And it's
fun.
this idea of pushing tech and human skill to its limits that could lead to exoskeletons developed for search and rescue missions here on Earth.
Okay, that's a
Or
cool idea
mechs
too.
engineered to explore Mars.
Obviously the core purpose for this is sport, but the whole trajectory of building a racing league
Oh my God, dude.
gives us an opportunity to sort of incubate that technology in the heat of competition. The potential for this technology and
Bro, like, where do I sign up for this? Legit, I would become a pilot in a heartbeat. Where do I sign up for this?
this sport
Like, no
over the
joke.
next 2 to 5 years is almost limitless.
Could you imagine that, dude? Oh my God. I would love the heck out of that, dude. Oh my God. I couldn't say oh my God enough to tell you how amazing I think it is.